I need your help. We have to finish this work till 6.
Okay, is the big saw there?
I have an idea.
Hurry up, please.
Hey Cardo, let's rock.
Hello world, here we are, top of Dew Tour Modified Pipe Course, and it is so sick. One of my favorite days of skiing all year, and here's a little course preview for you. Check it out.
That you're kind of like into right now, like that you.
Well, real quick, and then I'll answer this.
Yeah.
I don't know how everyone isn't a conspiracy theorist after
right
the
now
last
for sure
6-7 years. Like, what has happened for you to go? Okay, maybe people are conspiring. Maybe,
yeah.
Just
I mean
that at the basics
for sure.
It's just like maybe people are conspiring, and that's all you need to do to go from there. So my favorite conspiracy right now is
The entire business model almost relied on centering around Madlib. To be closer to their prized asset, they'd recently moved from San Francisco to LA. But this didn't sway Madlib on a return to the genre by himself, still preferring to work under his alter ego. The duo combining seemed to be a long shot. Both men were eerily reclusive about their personal life and whereabouts. This was the early 2000s after all, where it was much harder to get a hold of artists for collaborations. Thus, the chances of the two meeting in one room were next to non-existent. However, like all good comic book villains, there must be a tipping point in the origin story, one where against all odds, the unexpected happens.
Here he became Dr. Doom.
Well, as I've been saying, this is an art auction and you're going to have to bid, and you can hold on to the papers. I can assure you we're only looking for actual monetary bids at this time.
Who I dropped this bribe money off to?
Well, this is an art auction, so you're going to have to actually bid.
No, that's not how bribe works, okay? I'm here to drop off this money. Are you Biden's handler? Do I give you the cash?
Well, no, it doesn't work that way. I'm here to auction off this incredible piece, and since people are so excited to get this started, why don't we just get going? If you could just grab a seat.
No. I'm not grabbing a seat, okay? I'm here to drop off this case of money. Either I'm dropping off this case of money or I'm dropping off a body. You decide.
Keep the painting.
Hey, what? Keep painting. I want bribe. I hear to bribe.
I'm not here for no art, man.
I don't want this painting.
Our vanilla extract. Then we're gonna crack his egg, get that going. Our buttermilk. Now our whisk. Look at this right here. You can watch it come together right before your eyes. Now, we got this mix pretty good. We're not gonna overwork it. Now check this out. Follow me over here. I'm gonna go ahead, look. I done made this mistake before. grabbing it when this is hot. Metal on that, that'll be hot, right? So we'll take our melted butter, we'll add that. Oh yeah.
Bring him up, bring him up, bring him up. There we go.
Oh my God. The whole time.
I got close to the ground. That was a good shot.
Yeah. Good job. That was amazing.
Give us control of industry and we'll make it better. And then you see what I call the barbelling of the population, where there is no sort of middle class, that you have the ruling elite and everybody else really has next to nothing. In fact, it was, just a few years ago where they did a study and said the median net worth of people in Venezuela was zero. Median was zero, like not even like $1, zero.
Right.
So that is, I think, the reality of the projection here is, what can we do? This is going to go south. Let's make sure that we protect ourselves.
This is a beast. This thing is huge.
Let's go to the sports.
Jimmy, let me get you caught up in the sports world, because the big thing comes from my Snakes, the Diamondbacks. We had another cat on the field, and we haven't talked about cats on here in a long time, but B, we had two brothers in the same game, the Fletchers. Their wife and fiance are sitting next to each other, and the cat goes off the field into their little bay. So we've got brothers, cats, lovers.
I do not blame the fiance with how scared she got. She only protected herself. She didn't go into attack mode. I think that's really admirable. I would have been throwing kicks.
Oh, we know.
That was a pretty feral looking cat. It had some spots on it, but no cat will ever out feral the Colorado cat.
Zach,
I don't know if Zach can just throw like a quick picture of it.
Zach, don't put that on the screen.
Dude, that Colorado Rockies cat was garbage.
Make it the whole screen.
He's doubled over. He's really in pain.
Yeah, it snapped.
What the? This is no bluff, let me tell you.
Poker injury. I told you this is an injury sport. They say that poker's not a sport, but this is like...
Well, this is pretty serious. People are rushing to Justin's side.
I'm really hoping it'll be okay. I'm able to play. I'll play it out.
Tournament officials have stopped the clock. We're going to find out what's going on, and we'll be right back right after this.
And we're going to get some ice. I just snapped my ACL.
Do you want to elevate the leg?
Pipe of peace. Perceptions of cannabis began to change. It was becoming a threat to the power elite. And Washington, D.C. was the place America began to outlaw the drug, making it a prescription-only medicine in 1906. By the 1920s, laws were tightening, thanks to lobbying by the beer industry and Harry J. Anslinger, first head of the U.S. Bureau of Narcotics. They called him Harry Party Pooper. In slave labor colonies like India, Brazil, and Singapore, cannabis was labeled the shirker's drug. So high. Cocaine was promoted as the worker's drug, increasing stamina and concentration by as much as cannabis reduced it. Government-funded movie Reefer Madness showed how a single puff of weed drives men and women to wild psychosis. Cannabis regulation tightened and tightened. It was finally banned in 1937, in case it turned the nation's youth into communists.
New York Post had an article, and we're not displaying articles today. I've been traveling a bunch. You can just take my word for it, or who knows? Maybe I'm making up these stories today. Maybe I couldn't read any of the news, and so I'm just making up stories that don't exist right now. You don't know. Isn't that what that's the thrill of Run Your Mouth? Who knows? Maybe I'm just making it up. What happened to this eyebrow? Is that the lighting? Is it deleting out my eyebrows because it thinks it's the green screen? Or do I need to start like the REM guy, just filling in the middle sections? I don't know. All right, moving forward. The only way that we're going to be able to survive and continue as a country is if we start getting rid of some people. And it's amazing that usually they don't have to correct Kamala Harris because she just makes no sense, and so they don't have to issue corrections. But in this case, she actually said something that was coherent, and then they had to actually issue a statement and go, here was the speech, because I guess they're actually writing the gibberish for her. That's how dumb she is, that they, not only does it sound like everything she's saying off script, but when she's going off script and she's talking about how much she loves school buses, maybe behind closed doors, all she's talking about is we have to get rid of people. So they keep writing her talking points about school buses. And then in this case, I guess she, she just made a casual blunder, actually made sense and revealed some of what their plans were. So they instantly issued a correction.
Now, I got some Italian sausage. I'm finna bring that, put that in the game. Check it out, folks. All of this flavor on here. Here we go. Okay, folks, and if you know me, you know I like that ham, right? Obviously, because I got that pork right there, but check this out. 1, 2, 3. Oh, tell me what you think down in the comment section below. Listen, I'm not finna over talk you. Of course not. You see this right here? This is real epic, folks. Cheers.
Lunch break, special herbs, fries and a sandwich. Unleashed on the city, maximize damage. Onlookers all famished, these guys is outlandish. Negro, Spanish, let go, don't brandish. Center super a nudie, all grilling the booty, all groovy. Peach smoothie, Call of Duty. She thought he'd spoil her, daddy even call her. Become a baller, see the world get smaller. Straight through the optic, hot shit like chocolate. Catch a crotch kick for a botch hit. Full capacity, no room for error. Such audacity, villain, truth bearer. Like when your pops catch you all in the mirror staring. Scared to death, acting like you ain't even hear him. Stay the shot, play the block. On his way to cop, Oye put the raw in the beans, not the tater tots. Outside, it could be young boys trading shots. You can make a lot, stay alert, it's equator hot. Suntan, mint oil, none ran, they been loyal. Constituents whose light reflect like tin foil. Break. Very nice, very nice. I remember. It's starting to come back to me.
774. Comment to the call indicated that a woman was in an altercation with a man and possibly being battered, and she has children with her. So the sergeant made it a code 3 call, so we're on our way over there, backing up other officers that are showing up on scene.
Speaking of places with seats, trains.
Trains have a lot of seats. You don't need SeatGeek to ride them, but you also could, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, the Northern Railway is urging passengers to stop watching porn on the train. A railway firm has asked passengers to stop watching porn on board their trains, telling them to wait until you get home instead.
But that just takes away the rush.
And someone at home might frown upon this.
Right.
I don't care what a stranger thinks about me, but my siblings or my caretaker, like, they don't want to see what I'm watching.
Might be a good place to find out what you like.
What else are you going to do on the train? Just sit there and look out the window?
If you have a public Wi-Fi, why don't you put on the no porn restrictions that they put on our computers in 5th grade? I assume the technology's gotten better since then.
Weed smoker. I can't date a woman that don't smoke weed. Females don't smoke weed or the devil. You know I ain't lying. As soon as you light the blunt, this bitch lungs collapse. Like, bitch, we outside. Relax. My ex used to get on my fucking nerve. I don't know why you gotta smoke so much, because, bitch, you talk so much. Don't talk shit about the weed. The weed make me like you more. When I get high, I like to kiss. We can cuddle. You can talk. I listen. I mean, really listen, too. Like, damn, so Keisha said, what? See, they don't appreciate you at their job. I told you that.
Win through cities, influential, scientifical power. My mental violence will shower, devour at a crazy rate. The intentions on reminiscence is essential. On how I had dreams of a youth, now monumental. It's coming true. Things I said have come to pass. That MCs would get busy but still won't get no cash. Some talents get the stash with skills are half as yours. It's not about styles, it's what the crowd you has applauds. This unified circle, slip up it hurts you. So I spread forth and my thoughts make miracles. With my syllables I'm killing you, but never softly. I'm unique, my critique speaks of my physique. From Chicago to Cairo, skills like the mic. On MC MCs, I make them think that I was hieroglyphics. Now the whole world can read the message. Fake MCs couldn't walk through my passage. I fool rock, shake the world with agility. Master self, I whirlwind through.
I find smoke detectors a marvel of engineering. Let me show you how it works. This black cylinder has louvers which guide air into the detector. Now it hides the essential part of the device. Tucked in here lies about 1 microcurie of radioactive americium-241. That's about 0.29 micrograms. That tiny bit of radioactive material generates a small current that makes the detector work.
"37 weeks, SWIC candidates are pushed to their absolute limits, both physically and mentally, to ensure only those with a special mix of character, cognitive, and leadership attributes make the cut. We take you inside the SWIC assessment and selection process and their subsequent training to show you what it takes to become a part of the most exclusive small boat unit in the world. Welcome to SWIC, making an operator."
Superman!
This straight up uncomplicated, easy to root for guy, created by 2 dorky Jewish 20-somethings, hit the nerve of Depression-era America right in the center. But even when doing so, he was far from fully developed yet. It would take some time for the character to find his stride. But curiously enough, not as much time as you would think.
He should teach a class on how to properly hit women.
He probably.
I mean, if
ripped
they're
that
thanking
page,
him
yeah.
afterwards, he's.
There's a chapter in the Quran about that. I'm sure he doesn't need to have a whole class on that. You can go to the good book for that answer. You don't have to look far.
That is a good book.
But he went far with it.
Oh, this is a big one. That's the fucking blinder right there. Wes, are you sure you like living out here?
I love it, man. I love it.
I mean, this is one hell of a lifestyle. It's like,
the wind.
you know what it is? You get 1 hour out here where it's nice, where it's like a fucking sauna all day. And then you get sunset where you're like, oh my God, this is magical. And then it turns into, I'm going to die in a windstorm. Is this just me being a whiny fucking Jew? Is that it? Is that... You guys are like, this is great and normal, and I'm like, or is this just like the most treacherous thing anyone's ever experienced? You guys should not live like this, I'm just telling you. I've toured the whole country, I've done every city, don't live like this. Wes, you might have 3 more days left to live if you keep doing this. This is worse than asbestos, all right.
They come up. So yeah, should be a lot of fun. If you don't have loads of experience and you're not comfortable, don't try this. It's really, really hard. But if you're here and you're an experienced athlete, let's get some crazy shit done, alright? Nice one! Everybody move out of the way! Everybody move out of the way, run up. Yes. First woman ever to do that, by the way. Can we get a round of applause?
Come on, lad. Yeah!
I think that's all successes so far.
going, man? We in the building, man. We got a very special guest today. This guy here needs no introduction. This guy's from Louisiana, man. But this guy really, this guy different. I really am intrigued by this whole movement. D1 is in the building.
I don't look like what I've been through, amen. When I ain't have outside money, I stayed in.
One of the coldest ones I've seen to do it when it comes to lyricism, man.
I grew up listening to all of y'all. From the block is how to get rich to Blueprint, I bought it all.
Yes, sir. It's going down.
Thank you, baby. Thank you. I appreciate that, for real.
Man, thank you for coming on the show.
A lot of times when you try to talk to people about God, they look for like the most extreme example of something to go against what you're trying to tell them. Oh man, God has a purpose for all of our lives. And their first thing they'll say will be, well, what about a baby that died when they're 3 months old? Well, da, da, da. And I love that response because that takes wisdom to know that God can indirectly bless people. Even
use babes.
Yeah, even through a non-traditional way, even through death.
Smell this. I'm so excited to taste it. Like I said, I really wish I could share. I mean, luckily if you come on by, you can get yourself your own lobster roll. So I guess I don't really have to share, but the offer would be there, I promise you that. All right, so how do we get started? I'm gonna have such a hard time. Like, I just want to. I'm just so ready. How we start the count? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let us eat. Oh my god. Oh, garlic, lemon. And that bread. Woo.
In the 1990s. So what caused this transition? Perhaps it was the clock speed of the hardware. We can see a clear trend in the CPU speeds over time, as well as in the graphics hardware. To counter this though, once we entered the 3D era, the CPU speeds started to drastically pull ahead of the graphics processing speeds. The increasing clock speeds and transistor count did contribute to improved graphics, but if that were the only factor, then we should have expected to see better graphics on PC hardware that didn't use a 3D accelerator.
Previous summer. I'm determined to finally make it to Montauk. Here I am going through Queens. That's the JMZ line between the 111th and the 121st Street stops. Everything was going pretty smoothly, and eventually I made it into Nassau County in Long Island. And then the engine decoupled itself from the rest of the train. God damn, I was pissed off. So I took the Long Island Railroad train back home like a goddamn average schnook. Then I went back the next weekend to try again.
No, he's not gonna join back the motorway. No fucking way is he gonna. Bro, this motherfucker's a savage. Man barely pulls that off in the game. Bro, he is not gonna come out in front of them bikes. No way. Nah, you know what? This guy's a general. No.
He's been in some like real boxing matches.
Bad form. He'd probably tell you bad form.
He'd tell me awful form. Him and Dan kind of look like hot kissing cousins. This game stinks, dude. I can't believe how bored people were.
Gotcha. Zach, that might have been a tie, but I think I won.
I think I won. Check the tape. I hit my knee on that way through before. Don't do a replay of it. Oh. The weekly dub.
At least we're done with the Corona stuff. That's nice. We get to move on from that. I don't know if you guys know this, but the latest guidance from the CDC is that if you have COVID, don't tell anyone. That's the recent policy. They're like, get out there, sneeze on whoever you have to. They're like, we got to restructure, and you know, if we can get our departments right, then we can go back to having the word of God. But like, it's gonna. By the way, here was the moment that I just knew that like COVID was gonna be over. Like, I was reading the newspaper one day, and I saw this article that apparently scientists found out that Viagra will cure the coronavirus. And when I saw that, my first thought was, how cool is the doctor that figured that one out? You know, some guy turned to his nurse. He's like, hey, I've got an idea. He's like, no, hear me out here. I already took it. Just touch it. I think you'd like it. And then I was like, how great would it have been if like Viagra wasn't a generic? You know, so instead of the vaccine, they just forced us all to take Viagra. I would vote for another pandemic.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a lovely new episode of the Run Your Mouth podcast, where I'm glowing green to showcase our professionalism. Of course, most of you people listen to the show, so you didn't need to have that information.
What's the supervillain? Like and subscribe to help the reach of this video to show you ain't no chump piece.
Niggas hate it when I'm broke, hoes love it when I'm broke. Click the with the KCP and you will never see us low. On the top like once again, watch these niggas who supposed to be straight but be make hate, so how the fuck you think I'm with?
Tensions are a bit high today. We did have an older gentleman from next door come by. Our main concern today is that he doesn't ring the police. What if I give you some money? Alright guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of DIY Diaries. I believe this is the 4th episode now. So I'm out here at the slab today. I'm with Todd. He's just grabbing some stuff out of his car. We got all the supplies to build a little quarter today. Todd's actually trained up as a carpenter, so you know, measurements and cutting things and understanding construction, things I don't understand.
Hope to get a hydration break and then turn around and do it again. That's all we've done so far. So we'll see what else they have in store for us.
Just gotta put out and hopefully they'll eventually leave me alone. But it is what it is.
It's gonna be a rough 3 days, I'll tell you that.
Whether you're hydrating, whether you're walking around here, whether you're running, doing push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, whatever you're doing, you're gonna give 110%. Does that make sense?
Yeah! So we're day one doing the conditioning run.
It's easier to keep up than it is to catch up. We have all day. Let's go, close the gap. Close that gap. Yeah, I'm talking to you.
So let's start off with the Harley Davidson we have here. We have Officer Rick Green here, and you've got to go over some of the details.
Rick Green. How you doing? Nick Perez. It's nice to meet you. All right. So this is the CHP Harley Davidson motorcycle. This is the 2018 version. They back in the TV show, they also rode the Harley Davidson, but this is just the newer version.
On everybody. And so instead of us having sex, we'll just mail BlackRock our cum, and then they'll mail it to a lady based off of what would best equalize you. Like, they could start blending, like, anxious Jews with, like, pot-smoking Jamaicans. You know what I mean? Like, they could just look at, like, trailer trash white, and then you mix out with, like, a Harvard-educated black. You get a Connecticut wasp, they mail in their cum, and then you breed that with, like, an East LA Mexican. You know what I mean? That way we can actually really start equalizing and making the corrections necessary, because apparently we need to recognize the inequalities in order that we can favor certain groups and individuals and start moving forward equality. And so if we're going to do that, why not do forced mating?
Guy in charge of the dam was like, can we just drain this bad boy and find my phone? And he got a verbal yes from that dude. They're both suspended and in a lot of trouble.
Drained some water by a nearby canal.
They found the phone. It was waterlogged, doesn't work. He said there was government secrets on it. You're a food inspector.
Food inspector, though.
There was videos of you banging some dude you don't want out there or something like that.
He didn't save a number to his cloud recently. Maybe thought she was the one, or he. I don't know.
He did say contacts. There's a lot of contacts in there or something like that.
And some nudes. So, yeah, I mean, this is a slight abuse of government power.
3 days of draining the dam.
Love the spin zone that they were saying it would, in fact, benefit some farmers because they moved the water to the other canal. So, I mean, you know.
And other farmers flooded their fields, maybe. I don't know.
It's the employee of the week. It's the employees of the week. It's the employees of the week. They don't work here.
They don't work here, but they're friends. It is Basement Yard +1. Joe, Frank, Danny.
Yeah.
Santagato, Alvarez, Lopriori.
We got all the names.
Good names. They're participating in our code names tournament. Their most recent game was really funny.
Yeah.
I forgot some of the gags and bits they were doing, and then there's more funny to come up. So go check out that. And thanks to them.
There it is.
Papers made with water.
What? Boop.
That was a weekly dumb.
Most people, if they want to discard a phone with government secrets on it, they throw it in water.
Food inspector, though.
I checked. I read Indian websites. I read American websites, all the articles I could on this to see if anyone had anything more deeper than food inspector. No one had it anywhere.
Top food inspector? Huge gig. I don't know if Rajesh,
I guess. I don't know.
Rajesh Vishwas?
Rajesh.
I don't know if he's that guy. But if he is, I'd like to see his nudes either way.
What's going down, Clutch?
What up?
You know, cap.
Return to Damn Nature, you scary on BET.
Damn, that motherfucker run fast. You see that shit? That thing come by my house, I kill it. That little rat-looking thing just got ate. Damn, Nature, you scary.
Those are all the monuments I read about in school. There's the Washington Monument. There's the Obama Monument.
It was a trap. Everything on Groupon is just a trick to get out black people. We're sinking.
We now return to Game of Thrones on BET.
I got a big-ass coat, chair to sit in, China's cup of wine, and a midget. But I ain't going out there with all them monsters out there!
This is no way to live. So now we got this vaccine, and they want us all to take it. But can you imagine if someone came to your house and they're like, hey man, you want to buy a lamp? I'm like, I don't think I need a lamp. And the guy's like, well, I'll give you the lamp for free. I'm like, I still don't think I need it. And then he went, well, I'll pay you to take the lamp. I'm like, you got an evil genie in this lamp? What is going on? What is up with this lamp? And so that's what they did. They started offering us free stuff. First time I saw it was in Grand Central. They had a sign that said they give you a free train ticket if you took the vaccine. And I was like, who is this convincing? Who is this person who's like, hey, I'm not sure about this vaccine, but I did always want to ride the train. And then when the free stuff wasn't working out, they just went straight Harvey Weinstein. And they're like, you want to keep your job? Well, then I'm sticking this in you.
that brown sugar, look, it's starting to turn into some magic. And if it don't smell like fall, for me, it really smells like, you know what I mean, that old school apple pie. Okay, so look, while we cooking the, you know, the apples down, you know what I mean? We're gonna go ahead and open this up. Remember, gotta be thawed out, right? Go ahead, pull that out. And look, I'm gonna open this up. You see it's got that flour on it, so none of it stick. And then they put this in here. It's a reason. I didn't have to put nothing down on my board. It's up to you how you want to do this. It depends on how big you want your, you know, your apple pie to be. If I want it to be the same size as this box, check it out.
And you can see at every age category, there are less percents of flu deaths per total than there were 5 years ago. And that's just one indication that
every single bar for 2015 is greater.
Right. Every single bar, every single age category. Right. Yeah.
Right, which means that some of the deaths that are attributed to COVID-19 are heart disease, flu, and otherwise. Now, to be just fair and grim, it could be that we're dealing with people that might have lived an extra 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months. But the question becomes, hey, I mean, this is a grim conversation, but it's like conversation that you need to have if you want to start having, like, you know, putting this.
The handbags are literally depicted by every culture on every part of the earth. But how can this be? This obviously points to the fact that the world was once connected in ancient times, pretty much like it is today. And you never know, perhaps in a few thousand years, people will look back at this day and age and make similar comparisons regarding mobile phones or something like that. Seems plausible, does it not? But are we destined to forget the day and now as being unimportant at some point in the future, to the very point we actually forget the timeline of our civilization all over again, just like we have done for thousands of years? Wait till you hear this.